What do you guys think of Jimmy Kimmel?
Our freedom to speak is what they admire most about this country.
It's not even funny. You're supposed to be a comedian.
When it's free speech only for the people you like, that's not free speech.
I'm not a fan of anybody getting canceled for their opinion.
Why we should have this conversation is because it's happening here a lot. Let's bring up specifically Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
'Cause that's hot, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Jimmy Kimmel?
We talked about this on
Maybe the thread, WhatsApp thread. Yeah.
The WhatsApp thread, right? And I brought that up. I was like, I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of anybody getting canceled for their opinions.
Yeah.
And then one of our friends, Jimmy Thomas, brought up this great point about, and you seconded it.
Yes, I did.
Right? Where it's, yes, like it's correct. You should never get canceled for your opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think it is the first. It's a business.
Yep.
Right. So is it CBS?
Disney, ABC, I think ABC.
ABC.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Which one's Disney?
ABC is a business.
Yes, correct.
Right. If you say something that was factually like incorrect, so it's misinformation. I don't like those terms.
Yeah.
Right. I don't like those terms. So he tried to pin it like, he tried to frame it a different way. It was completely wrong. So it's now in the interest of ABC to like, wait, we'll put you on leave because you are alienating more than half the country with your rhetoric. And it's not even funny. You're supposed to be a comedian, like, and it's not funny what you're trying to do, and it's wrong, and it's so I get that, and I'm like, and so I'm trying to wrestle with both. So I see your point, and I see yours, and I think in the end you're right, where the market really will dictate whether you because if you're peddling misinformation or peddling wrong, then I think you had it coming.
Okay.
I think you had it coming.
All right.
And I say this with all due respect because I think I don't watch Kimmel. I'm not necessarily a fan, but I don't think he should lose a job.
We love the Man Show, though.
I love the Man Show.
that's
because that's when he was still free.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That was his first foray into that.
All right. Very good points. Respect your points. Personally, I think where Jimmy crossed the line is, let me start by saying I also agree with free speech should be absolute.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's when it's free speech only for the people you like, that's not free speech, right? That's just ridiculous. So it's absolute, even including the people that you disagree with. But more importantly, I think what we fail to understand is you are allowed to be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. We tend to have zero tolerance. If you're wrong, that's you can be wrong. It's still free speech.
Yeah.
What I disagree with, and I'm not sure if this is what happened, but just in case this happened, I disagree with, let's say, the FCC coming in and saying something.
Right.
The FCC is like the KBP, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but we do have a KBP here.
Right.
So they also will put us off the air. I'm talking commercial airwaves.
Sure.
Not this. They don't control this, but they control radio.
Correct.
And every time I would say a swear word or something, we would get a call. The station would get a call because they have monitors, right? This is back in the 90s when they cared, right?
Sure.
But it's still the policy. So my point is, if FCC does it, that's wrong because then that's government making that decision. Overreach. Allow him to be wrong. Let the free market decide. That's what I think happened here. I think the free market decided. I think what happened was he said something so offensive to one half of the population. And as you said, it turned out to be wrong in the fact that he was saying MAGA did it to MAGA.
Yeah.
And now it's clearly coming out. This guy was not MAGA. His father is MAGA. His family's MAGA. He's clearly not MAGA.
Right.
And when that came out, it's like, Jimmy, you're peddling propaganda now.
Yeah.
So it's the free market reacting to something, and that is allowed. And Disney letting him go is also allowed.
Correct.
It's because if it hurts our bottom line, we got to protect our bottom line, our shareholders, etc.
Yep.
You cost us an audience.
Yeah.
That's all you're here for is an audience.
Right.
We made that decision. That's fair game.
Yeah.
That's not freedom of speech
Correct.
impacted. That is a business decision Just like if you said something stupid and it costs you in your job, you could lose your job.
Sure.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
So freedom of speech, to be cliche, is not freedom of consequence. We all know that.
Say that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I think we just have to we really have to have this conversation again, because I think we've hit this point where it's so distorted that people are screaming that Jimmy shouldn't lose his job, but these are the same people that think Charlie should have lost his life, right? So
same people who, by the way, cheered when Twitter took
Trump down. So what I'm saying is, if you feel that right now that Jimmy Kimmel shouldn't lose his job, I can agree, but it's not for you to say so if you agreed with Trump losing Twitter.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, you cannot have a double standard.
Yeah.
That's all. So free speech works both ways.
Yeah.
So I can admire that. It's hard for somebody to sort of agree with Jimmy there in the terms of like, he's also a comedian, but he has agreed to a certain set of broadcast rules by the FCC.
Right.
There is a mandate for them to, it's clear, they have to push forward this, I don't know exactly how they word it, but for the greater good of America. It's maybe not exactly, but that's the spirit of the mandate.
Correct.
So that didn't happen. Now, Jimmy can say, well, that's not right. Well, you signed the contract, and that's what they said in the beginning. They never sprung that on you.
Right.
So that's my line. I don't want it to come from the government. I don't think, but this also happened real time. I think it was Dave Portnoy who brought up a good point. The difference with cancel culture with Jimmy is we're not digging up old tweets.
Yeah.
Okay, this happened real time.
Yeah, I reposted that.
And people in real time got offended by this.
Correct.
Therefore, free market reacts. You say you're accountable to the free market. That's all that I see here.
Right.
But I will leave room for that. If it's FCC doing it, I will condemn that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Because we become, that just makes us as bad as the people you criticize.
Yeah. Government shouldn't be holding your tongue.
No, but what I think why we should have this conversation is because it's happening here a lot now. Like, we cannot have a conversation anymore with one side just screaming at the other side. And I'm not even speaking on sides. It's both, right? So when we don't allow for that, the next, as they say, the saying goes, violence is the language of the unheard.
Right.
We can't speak. We start tearing shit down, right? Or it ends in violence.
Right.
That's why we need to speak. That's why we need to encourage. That's why Legend Daddy exists too. Now, we're not in a political space, thank God, but we are in a space of trying to show people that you can disagree respectfully.
Absolutely.
You can absolutely learn from each other.
Right.
But the second that you start silencing people, you start narrowing that scope there that people are allowed to speak. So the only people left are these benign voices.
Yeah.
And nothing gets done with that dialogue.
Yeah.
So please respect the right to free speech, especially when it's something you don't agree with.
Right.
Shout it down, as they say. Don't